Aha!
How do you like that?
Shalom! Is that better, everybody? Okay, are we on? Can you hear us?
Now
well?
you hear us. Now we've just been like advertising Mohidul Islam's Free Palestinian for 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's okay. That's not
Free
exactly
Palestinian.
what we're
Okay, I am also a free Palestinian. There's all kinds of interesting.
There's some kind of turf wars happening in our comments.
Happening in the comment section. Anyway, shalom everybody, Boker Tov, God bless you, and welcome to the Yishai Fleischer Show from the land of Israel and from Judea. I'm joined by my beloved Malkah Fleischer. Malkah, shalom!
Shalom. Have you noticed, Yishai, that usually the first person on is Lou Weiss, who says he can hear us. But this morning, the first person to talk about the sound was Louise. There's something special about the Louise.
No, the first person today was
Louise
Moidul.
Gilbert.
No, it was Moidul. Why do you say that? I put him
No,
up
but
on
but the person helping us to find out whether you could hear us on our live stream here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube was Louise. Lou and Louise, maybe you guys can be buddies.
Okay, God bless you guys. And we are joined today here in the middle as a very special guest. If you're looking at the screen, we are joined by Moses.
Yes.
The lawgiver.
Moses and Mohidul. Maybe I'll take him down now.
Yeah, you can take him down and put somebody else that's saying Boker Tov to us. And there's a lot of good people. For example, our friends from Cyprus. Now, I want to ask our friend from Cyprus to one time in English, please write to me your name so I could read it. Normally, I would love to see your name. So please write to me because I can't understand that alphabet. But in any case, shalom, everybody. And we've had a wonderful week. And I'm a little bit discombobulated because there's so many things going on. I want to say that that this week has certainly seen an uptick in what I call the narrative war against Israel.
Right. You think it's an uptick? There's like more than most of the time?
Yeah, there's a bit of an uptick, and that's because I think, partially because I think some folks think that the Biden administration is going to be more receptive to the narrative war against Israel, so their narrative war is back. Their narrative war is on many fronts. For example, the Palestinian Authority began to dismantle, disassemble, destroy, and damage the altar of Joshua in Mount Eval in Samaria, over the town of Shechem or Nablus, and that is an important Jewish historical site, and it's under attack. And it was covered yesterday on Channel 12, and now there's a big thing happening. But definitely people are upset about the fact that they're attacking a physical site. So so you might say to me, how is attacking a physical site part of the narrative war against Israel? No. It's not
It's not like Kupat Cholim Klalit in some town. It's
an ancient altar.
It's like a very historical piece of evidence that the Jewish people have a long history here based in the Bible. Basically, it's like it's a thing that is recorded in the Bible. It's a location, and you know how it is when people read the Bible. They're like, well, I don't know. It's a story. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. So when you have a piece of evidence like that, which basically proves the Bible and proves the Jewish continuous relationship, an ancient relationship with the land of Israel, when you destroy that is very, very bad. And you can see so often to make a crazy comparison, you see so often how short people's memories can be. On social media right now, there's this huge inflamed outrage over Israel because Israel is not vaccinating all the residents of the Palestinian Authority. And they're like, well, Israel's an occupier. Israel owes it. Israel, is supremacist because it's only inoculating Jews. And they obviously, don't care about the rights or the lives of these other human beings and what's wrong with them. But just in December, information came out that the Palestinian Authority didn't ask Israel for any help to get vaccinations.
No, they more clearly they said, we don't want your help.
Yeah, we don't want your help. We got this. And they went to Russia and they made their own deal.
Right.
But ever since then, it's only been.
I hear Russian vaccine very good.
Right.
Very good.
That was at the end of December. So now we're at the end of February. That's 2 months, right? December to January to February, right? That's 2 months. And already people they cannot remember that. And I'm constantly putting this link up to a JPost article that I found on this topic up on different people's threads where they're talking about the disgustingness of Israel and how it's not vaccinating the poor Palestinians. So if the memory of people can't make it for 2 months, how's it going to make it for 2,000 years, right?
More like 3,000
3,000 years.
More than 3,000 years, right? So the altar of Joshua has been physically attacked in Mount Eval, and that is part of what we call that's the wing of the narrative war, which is history erasure, the erasure of Jewish history. So that's one attack. Then we have the ICC, the International Criminal Court at The Hague. I like to call it the International Criminal Court. The criminal court, right?
Right, court of criminals.
Court run by criminals,
Right.
the criminal court. And so, is that funny? I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. Anyway,
I got a smile.
Yeah, me too. A little chuckle. Anyway, so they're trying to attack Israel. Now, interestingly, Germany and Hungary have come to the defense of Israel, and the Czech Republic and others, and are like, Palestine isn't a state, and so therefore the ICC has no jurisdiction over it. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's true, but there's a legal way to explain why the ICC has no jurisdiction. But there's another little problem, which is there is no war crimes. What are you even talking about? Go to places where human beings are under attack, not here in Israel, where human beings are treated in a pathway of liberty, a pathway of seeing the value of each individual person. The blood libel is an amazing thing. The blood libel is when you have the most decent people being attacked for the most indecent thing, right? Here's my scenario. The ICC is the Jews are making matzah out of Christian babies, and then the Germans and the Hungarians are like, well, you don't have jurisdiction because of this matter.
That's the only way they know how to operate, though, these days, is to talk in these
this just technical matter. It's no, nobody's making matzahs out of children. The whole thing is absurd. And so I'm annoyed with that, but definitely. Which wing is that? That's the legal wing.
Right.
That's the legal wing. So that's different.
Right, of the narrative war.
Right. That's a different branch of the narrative war. So there's the legal wing, there's the historical erase history wing, and then also we're under attack right now on Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia is it's like a big body of voting. You know that you vote on if things are true or not. You vote on truth.
What do you mean? You can vote on Wikipedia?
That's the only way that things get decided, because there's a lot of arguments, and at the end, it's a decision process made by vote.
Anytime I've ever tried, and I haven't tried very often, but anytime that I've ever tried to change an article on Wikipedia, it always seems to me like the owner, the person who wrote it, gets to decide whether.
Far from it. There's a lot of when you're arguing on big stuff. So at the end, it's a voting process, and the more you have vetek, what's that called? Experience, long-standing experience. So you vote on it. So right now there's a vote to basically write about a Jewish street in Hebron, call it Shahada Street,
right,
which is Martyr Street or Murder of Jews Street, and it's a whole Wikipedia entry about it, and they want to deny that there's Jewish people living there for thousands of years on the street. So it's so there you have what's called now fake truth. Okay.
Right.
And we talk about that in the next, if you're listening on podcast, I talked about it with Rav Mike Foyer. Seniority, Yaakov walks a seniority.
Thank you, Yaakov Walk.
Thank you. And I want to also mention Paul Sunny, from Sunny, India. Love and support from Israel to Israel from India. And God bless you, Paul. Thank you so much for saying shalom to us. I just want you to know that Malkah and I have not yet been to India, but that is definitely,
yes, we would like to go.
Definitely on the bucket list. And whenever I've made any talks to big international groups, so it looks something like this. I'll talk to Columbia University, and everybody will be I'll be Jews have rights in Judea. We've lived here for 3,800 years. Here's what the crowd looks like. No. They're just looking at me. And there's always one guy who I don't mean to stereotype, may look Indian, and he's like this, always yes, I am with you. And inevitably, it's an Indian person comes up to me and he says, everything you say is right. We're with you.
Right.
And that's a powerful thing. So thank you very much, Paul, for your support from India, and we're looking forward to be there. And we have somebody who says, "Good morning from Biafran land." Biafran. Do you know what that is?
I'm not so up on it, but I hear this name come up periodically. I really should learn more. Because there's a lot, actually, there's a lot of like
I'm sorry, I don't even know what that is.
outreach from the I don't know.
I'm feeling a
Yes,
little
okay.
bit. I'm feeling
good morning.
underinformed
yes,
about something.
We're gonna be more informed next time.
No. Help me out now and explain
Okay,
to me
so
what Biafran land is. I don't know what that
Michelin
is.
Anthony, please explain to us where this is.
That's right. And we have a good morning from a very cold Manchester, UK. And says Michelin, he's already saying, "Are you aware of Jews in Africa, Biafra?" I am not, so let me know about that. And people are just saying hello from all over the world right now. I can't barely even keep up with it, but people are saying shalom from different places. Oh, somebody writes, I like this. Where was this, gosh? Anyone can edit Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia. That's true. Anybody can edit it, but I think there's been studies showing that it's relatively accurate. But I got to tell you guys something. It's really, there's two kinds of people in this world, right? There's just two kinds of people. People have, and the rest don't count, which is the kind that have been under media attack and the kind that have never been under media attack. Like if you've never really felt, it's like being in a terrorist attack. There's a difference between a person who's had rocks thrown on them and a person who hasn't had rocks thrown at them. There's a difference if you've ever had the sensation of being on the wrong side of the media, where the media and the narrative war will to call you bad names. Like I'm recurrently called an occupier, a thief, a racist, an apartheid.
All the time.
Which
is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's a crazy experience.
It's crazy.
I guess there's a lot of people probably who are listening to our show who have had this experience, at least in some capacity, because that's like one of the biggest weapons of the anti-Israel community. And I know that a lot of our listeners are pro-Israel openly on social media platforms. But being called a racist and a hater, I went up against, not went up, but I kind of had an interaction with the head of B'Tselem in the United States yesterday.
If Not Now.
She helped create If Not Now. Now she's the director of B'Tselem USA.
Simone
Zimmerman, right? A nice Jewish girl. And we were talking about the vaccine, right? And it turns out that Israel yesterday or the day before started vaccinating foreign nationals, asylum seekers, foreign workers in Tel Aviv. They started to, and all you had to do was bring a passport and a visa, and they didn't ask you questions about where are you or any. They're not there to pick you up and take you out, or if you're illegal. They're just vaccinating. So I put it up on Twitter, and I asked. I tagged Simone, I tagged Ariel Gold, and I tagged, who else did I tag? I can't remember at the moment. Suddenly who the other person is that I tagged. And I'm I would be very interested in your comments on this, right? So Simone Zimmerman replied that, this is only because of the pressure of human rights organizations, and Israel, wouldn't do this independently. And, I know, so I can't remember exactly the wording, but something about these are the same people that you call a cancer. And I'm I have never called any of these. I've never called a person a cancer. I don't call people cancer. That's disgusting. And she's and these are the kind of people that you think are subhuman. I'm subhuman? I don't think anyone is subhuman. How could you say such a thing about me? I have my opinions about who's right and wrong on the Israel issue. And do I think that a terrorist person is equal to me? I don't think a terrorist person is equal to me, but I don't think they're subhuman, right? And so I was, and these are this is the kind of rhetoric that people like that, they'll just casually spew it out, here and there. They'll call you this, they'll call you that, and they'll just they're completely shameless to just slander you to high heaven. And it's a crazy phenomenon. So I think that a lot of people have come to kind of know what it means to be called the worst names in the world.
Yeah. And that's part of the narrative war. That's part of the narrative war. Sadly, I think that there's Jewish bigotry against Jews of Judea. I think that there's something that has become
Well, there's
formulated.
a divide. I wouldn't call it Jewish bigotry. I would say some Jews are bigoted against Jews in Judea. I wouldn't say it's a Jewish bigotry. I think it's the part of them that's not so
good. Okay, fair enough. We have Brigitte von Lem says, thank you so much. Greetings from Germany. And Michelin says, Biafra is located in West Africa, the forgotten Jews. We share the same culture with Jews. Everything Israel possesses we do. We believe our great father is God.
Like
G-A-D.
from the tribe of God.
All right, I'm going to look.
That's really cool. We should look into that.
Michelin, you can
Thank you for
definitely send me an email to yishaifleischer.com, and I would love to hear more about this story. I don't know much about it, and I'm looking forward to hearing about it. I could also ask, of course, Rabbi Shimshon Nadel, who's a great expert at going out to places like Africa. The other thing I wanted to say, but I don't know much about it, and I don't want everybody to get upset. I just want to learn about it. You, Malkah, also faced off with Ariel Gold.
Yes, I had an exciting
debate.
Right. So I had a debate. This was already 3 weeks ago, maybe going on 4 weeks ago. I had a debate with Ariel Gold, who is one of the leaders of an organization in America called Code Pink, and she is a very outspoken anti-Israel activist on Twitter, especially. And she did a debate with Hen Mazig on this program called The Great Debate, and she makes the news periodically, so she's definitely a figure. And she told the organizer of the Great Debate, Adar Weinreb, that she would like to debate me. So that was exciting and scary. And the truth is that I never really did a public debate before. I mean, here I am on the radio with you guys, and I love doing the radio, and that is public speaking, but it's not the same as debating. And so that was like, whoa. And I really prepared myself, and I did a debate. And it turned out that a lot of people who watched it were really happy. I also got some good constructive criticism for next time from some people, which I always really appreciate. But a lot of people really liked the debate, and they felt empowered by it, and they felt like they got information from it. And that was so cool. And I thought that was over. But then an incredible organization that if you don't know who they are, then I really recommend that you go onto Facebook and Twitter and find them. It's called Israel Advocacy Movement, based out of England. And an activist, the activist who runs it is named Joseph Cohen, and he watched the debate too. And he took a clip from the debate that he particularly liked, and he edited it and made it funnier also. And he put it up as a 2-minute clip.
Right. The 2-minute clip was specifically of you calling Ariel Gold a type of colonialist herself, saying, you're coming from the outside. You really don't know what's going on here. I call that the Karen. I use that word. You don't like that word so much. I like that, but it's basically.
I feel bad. I know a lot of nice people named Karen.
That's true. I do also.
And I hate that their name has been co-opted this way.
That's right. But the point is that you ripped her for coming from the outside and for being this kind of missionary who's I know what's good for you.
Right. I'm going to come teach you how to live.
From Ithaca, New York, I'm going to come and tell you.
I'm going to come teach you how to run your country.
Right. And that was very powerful. That was a very powerful modality of attack.
Right. So he put this thing out, and whoosh, it's the first thing that I ever did that really became viral on social media. I got 400 new Twitter followers. If you're not my friend on Twitter, please come join me. Be my friend on Twitter. Not as much on Facebook, interestingly, but a lot on Twitter. It just exploded. And according to Joseph, the clip that he made got 35,000 views, something like that, some huge number. And it was really, first of all, it felt really good. I'll be honest with you. It felt really good to have done something right. All right. It felt really good to have done something that spoke to people, that made people feel empowered, that, I was so nervous going into this debate, honestly. As much as I've spent years and years defending the case for Israel, Ariel Gold, she is a figure, right? She's not a nobody. And even though I don't think she did so well in the debate, to be perfectly honest, nonetheless, she's a person that people know who she is.
A self-identified anti-Zionist.
Right.
A self-identified Jewish anti-Zionist.
Right. So debating her was like I took it very seriously, and I prepared, I read, and I prepared, and I talked to people, and I went over notes, I printed things out, I went through the internet, I went through her Twitter and her Facebook. So it felt really good to like get a win for me. You know what I'm saying? It felt good to get a win just for little old Malkah. But it also felt incredible. You know, I know that so many of us out there, like we just want to like make our little mark for the side of good, you know, and we want to like push Hashem's message just a little bit and just get to be for 1 second the person who like gets a victory for Hashem, for the Jews, for Israel, for the message of our people, and for the message of truth. And I got like a minute to do that.
That's right.
You know, and I feel very grateful for that. And I hope I get more chances.
All right. So I want everybody to please check out, if you get a chance, go to Malkah's Twitter page. That's Malkah Fleischer with an H. And the video is pinned up, I'm guessing?
No. I should put it up. That is a good idea.
I would pin that, Malkah,
yeah, okay.
ASAP.
I will
okay?
do that. Yes,
it's
I'll
also
pin my
on
video.
on my page as well. Speaking of Joseph Cohen, who made that video, Benji Zion says, Joseph Cohen and I have done some work with African Jewish
That's very
communities,
nice.
specifically in Uganda. For anybody who wants to learn about them, please find me at Benji Zion on Twitter. So absolutely,
Very nice.
Benji, great job. I also, my man Moshe Herman, who's here, my man Moshe Herman, who is a co-producer of this show and has two beautiful twins.
Blian Haratz, fu.
God bless you, Moshe. We love you so much. He writes that background, though, and the folks that are listening on podcast do not see the background. The background is a beautiful picture of Moses
facing the crowd, the throng of the Jewish people out in Sinai and bringing them the Torah. But you know, as I'm looking,
hold on, Max, hold on. This picture was sent to me by Johnny Lapidus, from England.
Wow.
And it is made by his great friend, guru, spiritual guide, guitar teacher, and all-around amazing dude, Jeff Levy, from his humble abode in Manchester, UK. He's the artist of this, and he sent me other pictures as well. So I just want to say,
nice. So that's our background.
That's our background for today, and I really love Johnny.
Maybe we'll
sends
use
me
some of his other backgrounds in the future. But I wanted to make a funny comment and just say that if you're watching, it looks like we are facing away from Moses and sitting at a commentator's type table. I feel like a sportscaster at the Moshe giving the Torah at Sinai experience. Like, there he goes.
Yeah, and that's right. And that's right.
He's walking.
He's got the two tablets, and he's about to bring them down.
Moshe.
Is his hand blocking one of the words on the tablet? Can you see it all?
A little background on Moshe.
Yeah.
He was recruited and...
Moshe's going for birdie. Okay. And Allison Farsi says that Malkah was a very impressive debate.
Thank you so much.
And so does Catherine. She says, I watched it. You're very good at debate, Malkah. You stick to the facts. Your tone of voice remains measured, an invaluable skill gift in discussing ideas.
Thank you.
That's right.
I had to tell myself to do that.
That's right.
No, because you can get riled up.
Yeah, that's right.
These are issues we really care about. For some people, it's like a philosophical discussion about what's right and wrong. And for some people, it's like a life and death, real, like skin in the game thing. And so,
right.
when you take it extremely personally, when it's very, very personal, you can take it personally. And so you got to maintain. You got to maintain.
Now, Malkah, I want to say a few things. First thing, we had a type of bar or bat mitzvah in our household. We had a very big simcha. Our daughter got a smartphone. Mazal tov. Mazal tov with a smartphone.
That was a whole decision.
That's right.
And I'm very proud of her because she made it. We all made the decision together, but she also really made the decision that she's just going to use her phone, for camera, for WhatsApp, so that she can keep up with some school stuff and schmooze with her friends. Let's just be real. And she's very interested in video editing.
That's right.
Which we hope to exploit. I mean, enjoy watching.
It's something we like to call child labor. Anyway, So we're hoping that she gets up on that.
We're very happy for her. She's very excited.
Yes, but we still should get that parenting app that somebody showed us.
Ooh,
Boomerang,
yes,
remember
where you
that?
can like watch everything they do.
But it also helps you know where they are
Right.
and all these things.
Track
If you
the
have
phone.
if you have any recommendations on that and how to parent,
Yes,
in the
parenting
modern-
on the smartphone.
Yeah, parenting in the modern smartphone thing. That would be amazing.
Right. She told me she's not even gonna use YouTube. She's
Right.
not gonna use any other apps. No games.
We'll see.
She wants to be responsible.
We'll
with her
see.
phone.
We're definitely going to help her be responsible, and ourselves all still have to be responsible. My biggest sin on the phone is just sometimes like addiction to
Right,
I don't
being
know
on
what,
it.
to being on it.
Right.
All these things take energy, and we have a new sponsor, Malkah. I'm very excited about our new sponsor, and this is the first sponsor that is not an Israel-based sponsor. All my other sponsors are
Yishai, you're going
Israel-based.
international.
I'm going international here, but this one has an international message or an international appeal, and it's about energy. It's called Energy CX. Is our new sponsor. They help businesses meet. It's a B2B. They help businesses meet their energy needs and sustainability goals in all of the 50 states of the United
Wow.
States. In synagogues, in school, in businesses, in retail, and industrial. If you flip a light switch, Energy CX can help you with a new form of kosher energy. Okay. Kosher energy. Whether you simply want to pay a lower electric or gas bill or use less energy through conservation methods with innovative technologies like LED lights or smart
Nice.
thermostats, Energy CX has got you covered. Check them out on any of the social media platforms, and they're a very good website, which I visited, energycx.com. Just that simple.
Yeah.
And tell them Yishai sent you and get a high
Ooh,
percent
that's
discount.
a serious discount.
18% discount. So
I mean, it sounds to me like, so many people like to make the energy thing like a political thing, but I say, don't you want to spend less on your energy bill?
right.
You can there's always some kind of cool tweaks that you can do to your situation to save some energy. Why not? Mm-hmm. And in this case, you get the 18% discount is a pretty fat discount.
And they really help you. They really help you maximize your energy, and they're working with.
And it's a Jewish business.
It's a Jewish
which
business,
is very nice.
And whatever you're doing, you're just gonna save money and do better for the world by keeping it a little cleaner. And environmentalism is not a left leaning position. It's not. We're all into keeping the earth clean.
We recycle in this house.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with keeping our
We have
beautiful
LED
world clean.
lights.
Right. We have, of course. So check out Energy CX. I'm very proud of the fact that they're sponsoring the show. They love to listen. My man, Mark Rice, loves to listen, and he's the head of this company. And he asked me to be part of the program, and I said, this sounds like a beautiful thing. And, we got to have, or we got to be Orla Goyim, a light to the nations.
Nice.
Lehudi
An
light to
LED
Allah.
light.
Right, that's right.
To the goyim.
GOD lights, little GOD
Yeah.
lights, okay? And also, interestingly enough, Energy CX is also hiring right now.
Ooh, so we're your one-stop shop for everything right now.
That's
we can
right.
get you a good price on your electric bill and a new job.
That's right. So who couldn't use some extra shekels in these crazy COVID times? So check out Energy CX. And
Wait, what are they hiring for?
helping. Oops, somebody's trying to call through right now. We're doing a show. They're hiring to join
and
their army.
part-time.
Right, of helping customers save money, basically.
Oh, great.
Okay?
So there's lots of great jobs there. It looks like they're
That's
expanding.
right. That's
Good
right.
company.
And also, speaking of, first thing, there's somebody that's saying shalom from
Shalom,
Texas. Malkah.
Ariella.
Ariella is from Texas, Malkah, and so Texans
Howdy.
make great settlers.
That's
and
right.
that's one of my lines. Texans make great settlers, and that's why I married Malkah, a Texan. And I also wanted to, get an honorary Texan.
Right.
Citizenship, and that's really why I married her.
Unlimited chili also.
You do
a
make
lot of
great
perks.
chili, Malkah.
Thank
do.
you.
Speaking of making great chili, our friends at Prohibition Pickle make great meats, great pickles, great herring, all the stuff that goes well with whiskey or vodka, depending on your thing.
And they have such an incredible little store in Gush Etzion
That's
here
right.
in Judea.
That's right. So check out Prohibition Pickle, and they're a sponsor of this show.
They make liver.
Yeah, and
If you like a little chopped liver with your kiddish.
And I had some fantastic salami from my man Chaim, who really made it happen. So order for yourself here in the land of Israel, or for somebody here in the land of Israel. They are not yet in international, especially in
Right.
COVID times.
But you want to support somebody out here that you can't get out here to see. Somebody's in Bidud. You want to send them a little nosh.
That's right.
Something to perk them up a little bit.
Right. And if you want to be like Moses back there behind us, or if you want to have this glowing countenance, okay, then check out our friends at Salves of Jerusalem.
Yes.
Salves of Jerusalem. They will salve you up, okay? You will have salvation.
Oh, out of Jerusalem. Salvation out of Jerusalem. I like that.
Oh my gosh, I made that
We're
up
brilliant.
just now. Amazing. How did you say the word weir? I thought I made that. No. It's weird, Malkah. It's weird. I would be nowhere without you. Believe me, I'd be in the trash heap in New York City. Anyway, so that's some of the stuff that's happening here. Anything else,
Wait,
Malkah?
I think you get a discount if you mention us.
10% discount, of course.
Yeah. And they have a really cute Instagram account. You can see them like filling up their little tins with their beautiful little elixir of life.
That's right. And if you need a little, so that's Salves of Jerusalem,
Yes.
salvesofjerusalem.com, coupon code Yishai, bang, you're going to be so happy. You're going to get 10% off. And also if you need some beautiful beard balm.
Beardification.
If you need endearment, okay, it will bring you a lot of endearment from your significant other. If you want some non-toxic organic masculinity from Judea. You like that one?
That was a good one.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, non-toxic organic masculinity from Judea. Go to go to oliphemail.com, like alpha male, but olive mail is cool. And type in coupon code Yishai. Also, you get Yishai 10, and you get 10% off over there. And editing, and Tabitha, and Moshe gets it out to the world. Tabitha gets it out to the world. My woman, Yocheved, she not my like woman, but like my man
Our
type.
girl.
Big girl.
GRRRRL.
That's right. And she girds and makes it happen. Okay, and that's Yocheved and all the good folks that make the show happen around the world. Thank you so much. And so that's the Land of Israel Network. That's all the folks that make this show happen. And Hebron Jewish Community is found at hebronfund.org. Keep the mamas and papas safe. Keep them strong. Keep their message loud and clear by supporting the Jewish community of Hebron, which protects the tomb of the patriarchs and matriarchs, the mamas and the papas, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac, Rebecca, Jacob, and Leah, the founders of it all. Let's not forget Rachel's over here in Bethlehem, but still the tomb of the fathers and mothers in Hebron, hebronfund.org. And speaking of the mamas and the papas, they walk their life serving the God of Israel, and we have the great merit to try to broadcast in our small way his massive, huge message, which is almost beyond the scope of being able to speak about it. But this show tries to just a little bit send out the signal of God's great word, which is being heard today through the advent of the Jewish people's return to the land of Israel and the Torah that is coming forth from Zion.
So I think you're rocking it, Yishai.
I don't know if I'm rocking it, but I thank Hashem for the zchut, or if we're Syrian, that's why we say zchut. Okay, the zechut. Okay, you got to have the zechut. You got to have the merit.
Yes,
you got to have the merit. Like my man Jack and my good friends, my Syrian community friends that also helped the show happen. They talk about the zechut. The zechut. They're always talking about the zechut, having the merit.
Those are very spiritually tuned in people.
They're some of my really favorite people. They're spiritually tuned in. And they support me, but they also have taught me so
course,
much,
they're incredible.
so much. One of the greatest things that happened to me is that I met the Syrian Jewish community. That's one of my.
I wish we could like get closer to them.
It's one of the things that has really been.
They're very special, very strong.
A great gift. That's it. I also want to thank you out there wherever you are, and ask you for the love.
Hey, look at that. What you
Okay.
guys been up to
Yeah,
this whole
sorry.
time?
So we got frozen, and so
We had an internet problem.
some kind of internet
which is
problem.
code for we got tired. We felt like getting a coffee. We got a Danish. Just took a little break ski.
But we're back
in the middle
here
of our show.
just to say
Thanks for hanging on. There's many people who are still hanging in live there. That's really cool.
That's really fun. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're back. We're back. Yaakov says
We went and checked all the internet connections. We've been running around like little chickens.
that's right. Yaakov says
But
welcome
we're back.
back.
Okay.
God bless you guys. Time to go. Got an appointment in Yerushalayim, Kodesh, the holy city of Yerushalayim. Check out a video of these ultra-Orthodox young people playing piano.
Beautiful.
And
Moving.
A very moving video that you got to check out. I promise you, it'll. And that's it. So thank you, Hashem. That's did I get the chance to say that? Thank you, Hashem, for being the great sponsor of this show and the sponsor of our lives, all of our lives. And if you're listening on podcast, stay tuned to Rav Mike Foyer and myself covering the Torah portion of Mishpatim, or you can just go below in YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and check out that broadcast as well. So that's it, folks. Shabbat Shalom and God bless from the land of blessings.
Shabbat Shalom, you guys. Only good news. Only good health.
Amen. Thanks, Malkah. Shalom.
Shalom.